People have asked me for many years which actors I admire the most. After spending so much of my life in Hollywood, I had the chance to watch and learn from some truly unforgettable people. Many became famous stars, but only a few reached the level of true legends. When I think about greatness, I don't think about awards or box office records. I think about the people who changed the film industry and inspired everyone who came after them. Their influence lasted much longer than any single movie. One of the first actors who made a lasting impression on me was Spencer Tracy. His performances always felt honest and natural. He never seemed like someone trying to act. Instead, he made every character feel like a real person. He also treated everyone on a film set with the same respect, no matter what their job was. Watching him taught me that the best performances come from honesty, not from trying to impress an audience. Another person I always admired was Fonda. He had a calm and confident style that made every role believable. He didn't need dramatic speeches or big emotional moments to capture people's attention. He trusted simple, truthful acting, and it worked beautifully. Off the screen, he earned a reputation for being professional, prepared, and respectful. His career showed that consistency and integrity never lose their value. Marlon Brando completely changed the way many people looked at acting. His performances felt fresh, emotional, and unpredictable. He wasn't interested in looking perfect. Instead, he focused on making every moment feel real. His style inspired countless actors to be more natural and emotionally honest. Even when people disagreed with him, they couldn't deny the incredible talent he brought to the screen. Stewart impressed me for different reasons. He had the rare ability to make ordinary people feel extraordinary. His kindness and sincerity came through in every performance, making audiences believe every word he said. Away from Hollywood, he also served his country during World War II with great courage. Even after becoming one of the biggest stars in the world, he remained humble and respectful, qualities that made people admire him even more. John Wayne became one of the most recognizable faces in movie history. For decades, audiences around the world connected his image with Hollywood itself. He understood his strengths as an actor and stayed true to them throughout his career. He worked hard, respected everyone involved in making films, and accepted the responsibility that came with being a major star. His influence reached far beyond Western movies and helped shape the image of American cinema for generations. Looking back now, I remember these men not just because of the films they made, but because of the examples they set. Each one taught something different through both their work and their character. They proved that success is about more than fame. It comes from dedication, honesty, respect, and the ability to inspire others. Every generation will produce talented actors, but true legends are much harder to find. Their influence continues long after their careers are over because they change the way people think about storytelling and performance. I feel fortunate to have witnessed an era filled with artists who raised the standard for everyone else. If my own career is remembered for anything, I hope it's because I tried to learn from those who came before me and carried forward the values they represented. Asterisk. Fonda was someone I always respected because he never tried to be anyone other than himself. From the moment he appeared on screen, he made every character feel believable. He didn't rely on loud performances or dramatic moments to capture attention. Instead, he trusted the story and let his natural talent do the work. That quiet confidence made him stand out in an industry filled with larger-than-life personalities. As I spent more time in Hollywood, I realized that many actors followed whatever style was popular at the time. Henry never seemed interested in chasing trends. He stayed true to his own approach, and that honesty made his performances timeless. Whether he was playing a determined farmer, a thoughtful juror, or a loving father, audiences believed every emotion because nothing felt forced. One of the things I admired most was his ability to say so much without doing very much. A simple look, a calm voice, or a brief pause could communicate more than pages of dialogue. That kind of skill can't be learned overnight. It comes from experience, patience, and a deep understanding of people. People who worked with Henry often spoke highly of him, not only because of his talent, but because of the way he treated others. He arrived prepared, respected the crew, and worked hard every day. Fame never seemed to change his attitude. He understood that making a great film required teamwork, and he valued everyone who helped bring a story to life. His career lasted for decades because audiences trusted him. They knew that whenever Henry Fonda appeared in a film, they were going to see an honest performance. He didn't need to rely on special effects or flashy scenes. His greatest strength was making ordinary people feel real and unforgettable. Looking back, I think that's what made him such an important figure in Hollywood. He proved that lasting success comes from consistency, humility, and dedication to your craft. Long after the cameras stopped rolling, his work continues to inspire actors who want to tell meaningful stories with honesty and heart. That's the kind of legacy that never fades. Marlon Brando changed the way people thought about acting. Before he arrived, many performances felt polished and carefully controlled. Brando brought something different. He made emotions feel raw, honest, and completely natural. Watching him on screen felt less like watching an actor and more like watching a real person living through every moment. What made him so special was his willingness to take risks. He didn't worry about looking perfect or delivering every line in the expected way. He trusted his instincts, and that made his performances feel unpredictable. Audiences never knew exactly what he would do next, which kept every scene exciting and believable. His work inspired an entire generation of actors. Many realized that they didn't have to follow old traditions to create memorable performances. Instead, they could focus on understanding their characters and expressing genuine emotions. That simple change had a huge impact on Hollywood and influenced acting for decades. Brando wasn't known for making life easy for directors or studios. He often challenged ideas and preferred to do things his own way. While that sometimes created problems behind the scenes, very few people questioned his extraordinary talent. Even those who disagreed with him admitted that he possessed a rare ability to bring characters to life. As the years passed, he continued to deliver performances that reminded everyone why he was considered one of the greatest actors of his generation. His characters felt complex, human, and unforgettable because he never settled for easy answers. He looked for truth in every role, and audiences responded to that honesty. When I think about Marlon Brando, I don't just remember a talented performer. I remember someone who helped reshape modern acting. He encouraged actors to be fearless, to embrace emotion, and to trust that honesty would always connect with an audience. His influence can still be seen in films today, making him one of the most important figures Hollywood has ever produced. James Stewart was one of those rare actors who never needed to pretend to be larger than life. His greatest strength was making ordinary people feel unforgettable. Whenever he appeared on screen, audiences immediately trusted him because he brought warmth, honesty, and sincerity to every role. Those qualities made his performances timeless. I always admired the way he stayed true to himself throughout his career. Hollywood changed over the years, with new trends and different styles of acting becoming popular, but James Stewart never lost what made him special. He understood that being genuine was far more powerful than trying to impress people with dramatic performances. His career included many unforgettable films, but what stood out most to me was the consistency he showed over so many years. Whether he was starring in a heartfelt drama, an exciting western, or a suspenseful thriller, he always gave audiences a believable character. He had a natural ability to connect with people, making every performance feel personal and real. Away from the cameras, James Stewart earned just as much respect. He served his country during World War II with courage and returned to Hollywood without seeking praise for what he had done. Even after becoming one of the biggest stars in the world, he remained humble and treated others with kindness and respect. That says a great deal about the kind of person he was. Many actors become famous, but very few become role models. James Stewart showed that success doesn't have to change who you are. He proved that talent, combined with humility and strong values, creates a legacy that lasts much longer than popularity alone. When I look back at Hollywood's greatest legends, James Stewart will always have a place among them. His films continue to inspire audiences, and his example continues to remind actors that honesty, decency, and dedication, qualities that never go out of style. That's why his legacy remains as meaningful today as it was during the height of his remarkable career. When I think about the biggest names in Hollywood history, John Wayne is always one of the first people who comes to mind. For many years, he represented the image of the classic American movie star. His films reached audiences around the world, and his strong screen presence made him one of the most recognizable actors of his generation. What impressed me most was how confident he was in every role he played. He understood what made him unique and never tried to copy anyone else. While Hollywood constantly changed, John Wayne stayed true to his style. That consistency helped him build a career that lasted for decades and earned the respect of both audiences and fellow actors. He was also known for taking his work seriously. People who worked with him often spoke about his professionalism, his preparation, and the respect he showed to everyone on set. He understood that making a successful film required teamwork, and he always did his part to help a production run smoothly. Over the years, he appeared in many memorable films that became classics. His performances helped shape the Western genre and influenced generations of actors who followed. Even people who never met him could recognize his distinctive voice, confident walk, and commanding presence on screen. Like every public figure, John Wayne's life has been discussed and debated over the years. Different people have different opinions about parts of his legacy. Even so, there is no denying the impact he had on Hollywood and the lasting mark he left on the history of American cinema. When I look back at the legends who helped define the film industry, John Wayne stands among the most influential. His dedication, confidence, and commitment to his craft allowed him to build a career that continues to be remembered decades later. His work remains an important part of movie history, and his influence can still be seen in actors and filmmakers today. That lasting impact is what makes him one of Hollywood's true legends. Looking back on my years in Hollywood, I realize that the memories I value most are not the premieres, the awards, or the headlines. What stays with me are the people I had the privilege to watch, learn from, and admire. Every great actor leaves behind more than a collection of films. They leave lessons that continue to inspire future generations. The 5 men I've talked about each made a unique contribution to the world of cinema. Spencer Tracy showed that honesty could be the foundation of great acting. Fonda proved that integrity and consistency are just as important as talent. Marlon Brando challenged traditional acting and encouraged performers to bring real emotion to every role. James Stewart reminded us that kindness, humility, and authenticity can make an actor truly unforgettable. John Wayne demonstrated the power of confidence, dedication, and commitment to one's craft. None of these men were perfect, and they never claimed to be. Like everyone else, they faced challenges, made mistakes, and experienced both success and disappointment. What made them remarkable was their ability to leave a lasting impact on the film industry and inspire countless actors who followed in their footsteps. Hollywood continues to evolve, and every generation introduces talented new performers. While stars may come and go, true legends are much harder to find. Their influence lasts because they change the way people think about storytelling, acting, and filmmaking. Their work continues to entertain audiences long after their careers have ended. I feel fortunate to have lived during a time when I could witness so many extraordinary artists. Watching their dedication, professionalism, and passion taught me lessons that stayed with me throughout my own career. Those experiences shaped not only the way I approached acting, but also the way I viewed success and respect within the industry. When people ask me which Hollywood legends I admire the most, these are the names that always come to mind. Their achievements continue to inspire millions of movie lovers around the world, and their legacy remains an important part of cinema history. I hope future generations will continue to discover their work, appreciate their contributions, and remember the lasting mark they left on Hollywood. In the end, that kind of influence is the greatest achievement any artist could hope to leave behind. Asterisk, as I think about the journey of cinema, I'm reminded that great actors do more than entertain us. They preserve moments in time, tell unforgettable stories, and create characters that continue to live in our memories long after the credits roll. Their work becomes part of history, connecting one generation of movie lovers with the next. The legends I've spoken about earned their place through years of dedication, discipline, and passion for their craft. They didn't become unforgettable overnight. Their success came from countless hours of hard work, constant learning, and a deep respect for storytelling. Those qualities are what truly separate lasting legends from temporary fame. Every time I revisit one of their films, I notice something new. A small expression, a quiet moment, or a simple line of dialogue often carries more emotion than the biggest action scene. That's the beauty of timeless performances. They continue to reveal new details no matter how many times they're watched. Hollywood will always introduce new stars, and audiences will always discover fresh talent. That's part of what keeps the film industry alive. But the greatest legends continue to inspire because their influence never fades. They remind every actor, director, and filmmaker that honesty, dedication, and passion will always matter more than popularity alone. I consider myself fortunate to have shared the same era as so many remarkable artists. Watching their careers taught me lessons that no acting class ever could. They showed that real success isn't measured only by awards or fame, but by the respect you earn and the inspiration you leave behind for others. As time moves forward, the faces on movie posters will continue to change, but the impact of true legends will remain. Their films will continue to be watched, studied, and celebrated by audiences around the world. New generations will discover their work and understand why they are still remembered decades later. In the end, that's what makes a lasting legacy. It's not simply about becoming famous. It's about creating something meaningful that continues to touch people's lives long after you're gone. The greatest artists never truly disappear because their work continues to speak for them. That's the kind of legacy every storyteller hopes to leave behind. And it's the reason these Hollywood legends will always be remembered.